if you think of the highways network or Northumbrian Waters network, they're responsible for those. Well, the Highway Authority is responsible for the highways network. Northumbrian Waters is responsible for their network. If there's an issue in those, if there's a blockage, they would be responsible for dealing with that. Whereas while the lead local flood authority is technically responsible for managing flood risk from ordinary watercourses, that doesn't mean that we would clear those blockages. So that comes down to the issue of riparian ownership. So basically, if there's a watercourse that's not a public sewer within somebody's land, then the owner of that land is the owner of that watercourse, and they're therefore responsible for managing that.
Can I jump in there?
Yes.
So there is a scenario in there where you have two landowners on either side of a watercourse. So can you explain how that ownership is split?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you've got a watercourse running between you and another landowner, then each of those landowners would be responsible up to halfway on the watercourse, responsible for keeping it clear, maintaining the banks. And it does often happen where people don't actually realise that the stream at the bottom of their garden, even sometimes just beyond their fence, if that's forming the boundary between the properties, they are still the riparian owner.
Yeah.
And while a lead local flood authority would be responsible for managing that risk, it generally does essentially refer back to being a private issue between landowners.
And then it's not just open water courses as well, of course. It's culverts, it's piped water courses.
Exactly,
so for example, where you've got this natural water course and it's going under a number of back gardens, for example, that is actually still a responsibility of a landowner.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an issue that we do see. Obviously, Northumberland being a very rural area, we do have a lot of small watercourses that people maybe didn't quite realise were culverted through their property, or it's an old historic issue that's never come to light before, and then all of a sudden it does. So it can be quite a shock to people.